What's up guys, today we're going to be going over the CasinoCraft Minecraft mod and how everything works in this mod, all the features it adds, and let's just hop right into it. So this mod adds 4 different blocks to your game, all with their own unique color options. The first block that it adds is the card table along with the double card table, and we also have the arcade cabinet and the slot machine. To go along with these 4 items are the games, and for the card tables we have all of these games listed here, and for the arcade cabinet these 4 games, and with the slot machine it's just a slot machine game. Okay, so the way all of these 4 blocks works is pretty much the same, so I'll just be going over how to use the card table, and then that should teach you how to use all the other ones, and I'll explain any differences between them if there is any differences. But the first thing you're going to want to do is grab one of the games that is associated with the block. So I'm using a card table for this, so I can pick any of these listed games here. I'll just be doing roulette. And what you're going to want to do to start is open the block, and first you'll see key, and you can put any item in the entire game in here, and what this allows you to do is open this UI again, and this will only pop up if you open the block while holding this key. So if I open it normally, see there's nothing here since there's no game and I didn't open it with the key, but if I open it with the key, which I just made a lever, you see this pops up again. And this GM stands for game. You can put any of those games listed in here. I'll be doing roulette for now, and the toke stands for token, which I'll get back to in a second. But first we'll go over the system here, where we have all the settings for this item, and the X means that the setting is off. So this X here shows that we do not have infinite token storage. But if we want infinite token storage, we can have the O displayed like this. So I'll just turn on infinite token storage, infinite reward storage, and I'll just turn all these on, as it's just kind of how I like it. And 1 score entry per user will show up depending on what game you put in here, as some games will display high scores on a certain menu, and all this means is that only 1 score can be displayed on that high score board per user. The second area we have here is the rules, which again, not all games will show the same rules or even have any customizable rules, but for roulette you can see here we can choose between single zero wheel, double zero wheel, and that's it. And then some also will have a color section, which you can change the colors or designs of the cards, which I will show here in a second as well. But one of the most confusing things about this mod that I really got stumped up with at first was the token and reward sections. I couldn't really figure out how to get these, but I think I understand it now. And what you want to do is put 1 or however many tokens in here. You're going to probably want more if you're not doing infinite storage like I have on right now. But after you put 1 in, you can click in. And now the token is inside the machine. And then once it's inside the machine, you can choose the betting range or the initial pay amount you have to pay to go into the game. So I'll put the minimum at 1 and the maximum at 5. Should be good for now. And what this out button will do is take that out of the token slot, so we don't want to do that for now, so we'll just put it back in there. And then the reward, I'll show you with a different game. But first, roulette, you can see if you open it now, you can see the entry fee, you can change how much you want to put in, and then start, and just play the game. So obviously that didn't cover all the settings you can change in here, so I'm going to choose a different game that allows for a reward system. I'm going to do Tetris since I know that one for sure is customizable. We'll go over to this machine since it's associated with it. We'll put in our key, which I'll do a lever again, our game, and we're going to want all these infinite for now, and I'll choose 1 score entry per user because why not. And then rules, we'll keep these all the same, or we'll do 4 pieces, get all the Tetris pieces, and that's good for now. Colors, we can change, I'll do blue, and then token, I'll do a gold nugget, and I'll do price to pay as just 1 for now. And then the reward section, this is what I haven't covered yet. So the reward section is what the game gives you for winning, and if you are not allowed to click this, that means the reward is already predetermined by the machine like we saw in the first game we put in. But again, to put items in the machine, we can put a token in here. Now that the token is inside the machine, we have this bottom section here, which can be a little confusing at first, but on the right side here, this column is the reward that will be given back to you. So I'll just set this to 1 for now. We can change this with the arrows. And then this left column is the score you have to get to receive this amount of reward. You can change this with a pen, so I'll just do 10 and then enter. So what this means is that once I hit 10 score, I will receive 1 gold nugget since that's our reward. But this can be even more customizable with the S that you see here. What the S means is that for every 10 points I get, I'll receive 1 gold nugget. So if I score 30 points, let's say, I'll receive 3 gold nuggets. But if I want to change this to a C, what this means is once I hit 10 score, I'll get 1 gold nugget, and this will not increase if I get 20 or 30 or 40. It will just be 1 once I hit that number. So no matter how many I score, I'll get 1 gold nugget. And then obviously you can put more rewards in by using this, but you can only have 1 type of reward. But what you can't change between the token and reward is the item. So if I want to do emeralds, I could put emeralds in, and now it would cost 1 gold nugget to pay or to play, but you can receive 1 emerald for getting 10 points. Now onto the slot machine. This one can be slightly confusing because there's only 1 game that is associated with it, and that game obviously is slot machine. And what we want to do is go into it like normal, put our key in, which I'll use a lever, oops, dropped it, which I'll use a lever again, and we put our slot machine game in there. We'll do all of our infinite token storage, all that to make it easier, and we'll put in emeralds for the token this time, why not? Rules, there's no customizable rules for this one. The colors we can change, again, all these different designs. I'll just do red. Token, we'll do in, now it's in the machine, and we'll do 5 to play. And then for the reward, this is customizable for different points, but I'm not completely sure how that works because you can't really get score, because as we can see when we go in here, we already have this value down here, which we'll see how it works in a moment, because if we get 7 sevens, then it's 77 times our amount that we put in. I'm pretty sure. I'm not completely sure how this works, but we can put up to 5 different things in here. Just click enter to put them in, and we can spin using space, and then to stop each bar we can do space again, stop the first one, space again to stop the second one, and space again to stop the third one. And then again, obviously never gambled before, so I don't know exactly how this works. Just we can see the lines across and how the score works, but just the main difference between this one and the other ones is that there's only one game that's associated with it, so it's just completely about that game. You can't change it to anything else. So lastly here, I'll just do one more rundown of how to set up one of these and go through it all. It's just a quick review. So first we put down our arcade machine, which I'll be using for this one. We open it with anything, put in our key, which I'll use a lever for, change the settings to whatever we want, do infinite, put in our game, we'll do snake for now, change the rules around if there's any, change the colors if we want to, put the token in, which will be the price, put it in the machine, choose the price to play, which I'll do 1, get to the reward, put in a token, put this in the machine, change the values here, so I'll do 1 score for, or 1 gold nugget for every 1 score. And then we can play it, opening it with our hand, enter to insert token, and then we can play this game with the arrow keys. And if I die here, I got 3 points. See me on the leaderboard, and I received 3 tokens as a reward from that. See again, I'll do it. I've 60 now. I started. Go in, get 3 points, died, and now you can see I have 63. Alright, that will be it for the tutorial. If you guys have any questions, you can leave them down in the comments. Any questions about how to play the games, I probably won't be able to answer because, again, I don't gamble. So most of these games I don't even really know how to play. But I hope this helped with setting up the machines. And if you liked the video, leave a like, and you can always subscribe too. It's free, and you can unsubscribe anytime, so a sub would be appreciated.